The sign is up at River Place. There is no dumping of sewage in the marina, whether treated or not. Vessels suspected of dumping will be asked to leave.
I do see feces. I see waste, bags of waste that's clearly from somebody living on the river.
Marlon Bump is the harbor master here at the private pay-by-month facility, and just a few feet away.
So we have a couple boats over here that have been on the docks for a little bit of time.
Is a city-owned dock with 2 transient boats tied up. More than a few days and it's trespassing, but there are few rangers to enforce it. There's some of the 54 boats on the state's watch list right now, compared to 85 in 2016. We got a tour around Ross Island to show you close up some of these transient boats. Homeless folks buy them for a few $100s off salvage dealers. They don't have working motors to get to shore and pump out sewage or drop off garbage. No lights or anchors to be seen. And some, like the one 2 weeks ago along the East Bank Esplanade, are so dangerous they catch on fire.
They never bother me. I do understand their, let's call it, technical logistic problem, but you know, they're just people that they chose that lifestyle, that they're maybe less fortunate.
Written warnings to move along last summer did nothing. Now anyone living aboard these is trespassing. The Department of State Lands plans to start seizing some of the worst offenders at $4,000 a pop and towing them out.
But right now we need to get the feces out of the water. It's about the river being polluted. And we want this place to be clean.
Now, there is no quota to how many boats they'll seize or an exact date to when they're going to start this. The state has partnered with a housing nonprofit to help find a place for these guys to live once their home on the water is taken away. Back to you.
Thank you, Nina.